June is the next big step on this magical mystery tour of 2025. Why? Because Jupiter. Jupiter is going to enter Cancer. That's a huge deal. Jupiter shifts once a year and it'll stay there for 12 months in the sign of its exaltation. That's pretty nice. Also in June, we have a few other things that are going on. Mercury is the next planet to keep an eye on. Mercury shifts into 2 different signs in this month of June and makes a lot of different aspects before it does. Then we have Mars. Mars goes into Virgo. That's pretty awesome because Mars has only been in Leo or in Cancer since freaking November. And what else? We're going to start off the month with something gorgeous. Venus is going to enter Taurus. That's her feminine, earthy home sign. It's fixed. It feels good. It's everything that makes us happy. There's going to be a little bit this and that here and there. You know, that's life. But overall, Jupiter and Venus in their home signs or in the home of exaltation makes June a really nice point in our calendar in 2025. On June 6th, Venus enters Taurus. Wow. Feeling good. That's that song, Feeling Good. There's a few versions of it. Which one do you like better? Nina Simone or Michael Bublé? The lyrics. Let me look up the lyrics real quick, just because. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Venus in Taurus likes luxury, likes a delicious meal. It's the 5 senses. It brings us into this sensual space. So looking the way things sound is very Taurus. Taurus is the throat, so beautiful music or making that sound for yourself. You know, it's something that you can integrate into your life during this period while Venus is in Taurus. And that luxurious feeling, just lean into it. It's a great time to do that. Uranus also gets into the mix a little bit later when Venus is going to conjoin with Uranus and Taurus. And that always ignites something. It makes it so much more interesting. It shifts like things that you might not have thought were beautiful before. All of a sudden you're like, oh, wow, that is cool. I do like that's a surprise. Relationships could take a turn for the better probably because Venus is in its home sign and very nicely placed there. It's stabilizing for Uranus, but it's also invigorating for Venus. So we can embrace that a little bit and try new things. June 8th, a couple things happen, Mercury based. First, Jupiter and Mercury are going to make a conjunction. Jupiter is in Gemini still at this period, and it's at the anaretic degree on 29th degree. That's intense. Jupiter has been in its detriment. It's in domicile in Sagittarius, so it's detriment over in Gemini. And that means that there's just too much information. Jupiter makes it even more confusing because it's not able to direct itself. It's like there's a bazillion ways it can go, and it just makes everything bigger. So the confusion of the last year in communication, you know, if you know, you know. I mean, things have been like, wait, what? And the clarity is starting to come out. So Mercury being in its home sign in Gemini, well, that's helpful. The confusion, what the heck is going on? That's going to have a really nice moment at the end degree of a realization. The whole year, whatever's been going on, there's some sort of clarity right here at the end. On June 8th, that same day, Mercury is going to enter Cancer. No big deal. I mean, it's not in detriment, it's not in fall, it's not in exaltation. It's just chill. It's just there. And it's going to bring our communication like a little slower from the Gemini quickness of Mercury and Gemini, where it's like boom, 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 firing on all cylinders, to a little more of an emotional set and some more feeling involved in the communication, the deeper thoughts, the digging a little deeper into the psychology or the family or tradition, the mother languages, I guess, being a little more sensitive with the way we're talking and communicating. Jupiter on the 9th enters Cancer. That is the big one that everybody's talking about. So if you've heard other astrologers talking about how positive it is, it's because it goes from a place where it's in detriment, confused, what the heck, don't understand, where do I place my optimism? Too many choices, Gemini, to Cancer. Jupiter in Cancer is in exaltation. It's very, very positive. It's going to bring an opportunity of growth for 1 year, wherever you have Cancer, whatever house it is, whatever whole sign house it is, that's the area where it's going to feel really, really good. It's very warm. It's very thoughtful, kind, considerate, intuitive. It expands the growth. And Cancer is a sign of growth. It's the place where we have the solstice. It's that in the northern hemisphere, it's summertime and everything is kind of at its peak. That's why Jupiter is in exaltation there. On June 11th, we get a full moon in Sagittarius. Oh, this one I'm excited for. Why? Because there is a magical fire trine. Fire trines are so invigorating. They're so exciting, so energetic. Jupiter's the ruler of Sagittarius. They're not in any connection, but Jupiter's happy. Jupiter's happy in Cancer, so therefore Sagittarius is happy. It's a very bold, energetic, adventurous rush, feeling a lot of confidence. Something is being shown to us. That's always what full moons are like. And whatever this trine area is, it's going to be very dependent to you how it'll feel. But an embrace of a true self, of a confidence, boldness. This is about mid-month. It could be a little intense for some people, but the energy is powerful. Moving forward, clarity, revelations, realizations. It's quite nice. On June 15th, mid-month, this is where we could get a little bit frictional because Jupiter is going to square Saturn. Jupiter is in Cancer at 1 degree and Saturn is in Aries at 1 degree. They've been already square. They have been square in mutable signs, Pisces and Gemini, where there's a lot of more opportunity. There's more options. It's very flow, and neither one of them were too strong. Saturn in Pisces is kind of like, okay, this is a lot. And Jupiter in Gemini is okay, is a lot. And so they squared up, and so maybe just a little bit confusing when they come. But this time they're in cardinal signs. So Aries knows what it wants. Cancer is very powerful. It's the birth. It's the birth energy of new life. And Saturn is not going to win this one because Jupiter is way more powerful than Saturn at this point. Saturn is in its fall. Jupiter's in exaltation. Anytime there's a square, it's a fight and somebody wins. And so at this point, I'd say it's Cancer. So if something is going on in your life where there's friction versus what you want to do independently, that might need to take a back seat to whatever your Cancer house is, whatever is going on there. That might be where you need to direct your energy mid-month. On June 17th, Mars is going to enter Virgo. This is significant, huge, because Mars has not been anywhere but Leo or Cancer since I think November of 2024. This is a full, fresh, new landscape and down to business, man. Mars in Virgo is like, yes, we need to do this now. We need to get this clean. We need to clarify. We need to eliminate all the excess. We need to clear stuff out. And so that's what happens. Very sharp. Mars in Virgo is very sharp, active, cutting things out of your life that don't need to be there. It's like a doubling up. I would say, like, if you do want to clean house or you want to clear things out or whatever, maybe wait to donate it because Mars and Virgo might be going off the chain a little bit and just want to put all your clothes in the fire. Be like, no, I don't need any of these things. Yes, you still do need clothes. You still do need dishes. Another thing, Virgo has a perfectionism issue. Mars in there could be amplifying it, but we want to prioritize progress. That's really what the power of Mars and Virgo is. Things can get done, the energy to build systems, make them run smoothly, getting things done in your daily life, health, wellness, purifying, clarifying, being more effective. It's really a nice period, about 6 weeks of that. On June 18th, we get that second square that I kind of mentioned earlier. The first one was Jupiter versus Saturn. Now we have Jupiter versus Neptune. And that's kind of a blend of big dreams that need clarity. But again, Jupiter wins. Jupiter is in exaltation. So it's just mid-month, that I amness, the things that you're independently wanting to pursue, your dream, all that stuff, that might just need to take a back seat to family or whatever. On June 20th, the sun enters Cancer. This is our solstice, the longest day of the year. And then after that, the days, at least in the Northern Hemisphere, the days will start getting shorter. It's a beautiful season. I love Cancer season. It's just always so joyful. Where I live, we have the opposite of what you'd think. We don't get a really hot summer right off. We have May and June that it's called May gray and June gloom. So it's our darker period, even though it's kind of crazy. It's always sunny here, but that is what summer feels like to me. It's like there's peaches on the tree. The sun is a little bit more chill, and we're coming into a period that's just very cozy. It's a time where you could feel a little bit more sensitive, more connected to that Jupiterian Cancer, because we're going to have very quickly on June 24th, because Jupiter Cazimi, Sun conjunct Jupiter at 3 degrees Cancer. It can bring a lot of growth, feel like a surge of hope. New goals could be coming in, things that have to do with your family or your heritage, something that lights up your sense of possibility. It's very joyful, expansive, optimistic. This whole end of June is quite interesting. The next day on June 25th, we have a new moon in Cancer that's almost conjoined with Jupiter exalted. This is one of the best new moons of the year. We could be putting all kinds, and this is Cancer. Things just want to grow. Jupiter's there, optimism, baby. So I would just highly recommend that you know what whole sign house Jupiter is going to be in for you in this new moon. It's so good. Mars is going to be supporting and from Virgo. Virgo and Cancer get along really, really nicely. There's a supportive sextile. Mars in Virgo can help clarify the path and the plan. Virgo is really good at plans. On June 26, 2025, we have another shift. Mercury is going to move from Cancer into Leo. It's very quick moving. It's on a speed run. It's going fast. And when it does that on the 27th, it's going to trine Saturn in Aries. Another really nice fire trine. Mercury trining from Leo. The mind is about as bright as it's going to be. Mercury in Leo is all about the heartfelt positivity, bravery, courage, sharing your voice in a way that brings light to the world. Because Saturn is in fall in Aries, any planet that's coming to it in a trine or sextile or any positive aspects is going to enhance. It's going to bring it up. It's going to help it. We have discipline. We have drive. We know what we want, and we're going to speak it out from our heart. So that's kind of the beauty of the end of the month here. Mercury does do an opposition to Pluto pretty quickly after that. That's the end of the month, June 29th. Pluto in Aquarius is settled. It doesn't need to unpack. It's there. It's in Aquarius. But Mercury moves fast. The mind is probably processing what happened when Mars was opposing Pluto multiple times. The communication can be very deep. An opposition, I don't feel like they're bad. They're not like, nothing is bad in astrology, of course. It's just more challenging because we have to align things that appear opposite to each other. Like Leo and Aquarius, they appear to be different, but they want the same thing, only on different sides of the spectrum on the same topic. Mercury is very bold, and it's been getting some nice fire trine energy from Saturn. So I think it's pretty empowered here. If you need to have a talk with somebody or face a tough reality or address some issue or a truth is revealed, you're empowered, I think, at this time. If things come through that you aren't feeling great about, maybe in the collective, the Aquarian collective shifts that are happening, which are massive, you might be able to have sovereignty of your mind from the heart. I think that's probably a positive way to spin that. Anyway, I hope June is a beautiful month for you. I hope it infuses you with power, optimism, joy, pleasure. Wherever we direct our energy, that's what grows. So keep that in mind. And I like you just the way you are. Thank you so much for being here with me. And I will talk to you next time.